An eagle mirror matchup. Alright. So this map is a little special in the sense that we have a peeping Tom Recon right over here. Just peeping through, seeing what you're building in your base. That Recon is pretty much, it's probably going to stay there for quite some time, watching you build your stuff. And there are some actually fun things you can do on this map, because sometimes having incomplete information is worse than having complete vision. It's worse than having no vision, because if you have some vision, you might be a little overly confident in one area, or maybe you make assumptions that aren't exactly true. Like for example, let's say I don't build any vehicles on my right side, but I also don't build any vehicles on my left side. My opponent would think I'm building vehicles on the left side because I'm not building anything on the right side, but in reality, I'm just building more infantry to capture more, to get more money quickly. So that is some tricks, that is some incomplete information you can use to bluff certain things. And alright, looks like he skipped this property. He's also skipping this property. I don't exactly know why. Oh, actually that's fine. Because if he goes for this property, he can then chain onto this port. And he built an artillery, which I assumed it was to break this pipe, but I don't know why you would break that pipe so quickly. From what I think the best play here is to rush the center, take one of these two properties, or and try to deny your opponent from it. And then, after you artillery lock the center or something, then you break this pipe and go for your properties on the back, because that will secure you the income advantage in the long run, and in the short run since you're not spending time shooting at a pipe. You can also harass your opponent's infantry because they are wasting one vehicle in the back while you're at it. So I send this infantry forward to start capturing one of the center properties, and yeah, I just keep building infantry here. Alright, let's go on ahead. I begin capturing the center property. I'm ignoring this comm tower for now because I don't exactly need it if the fighting hasn't started yet, but I suppose having an extra comm tower would probably help me a little bit over here. And I built an artillery on my own, not to break this pipe, but to maybe plop it over here or here and deny him this property so I can at least safely have 1k advantage over him. I lose one infantry, but I pretty much crippled this one, so it's almost a fair trade. But I do also deny this property, so I actually think it's worth that trade. And I sit on this property just to make sure that I deny him this property before my artillery is able to lock it. And I built the transport here because just to get these properties over here that can only be accessed by either a black boat or a transport. The transport copter is cheaper and it is more maneuverable, so I decided to use that. His tank can actually reach... No, wait, no, I'm not sure if he moved... Okay, yeah, his tank could have shot this infantry, but I guess he might have thought that because I'm not building too many vehicles early on, that I must have some vehicles over here. And I decide to, I finish locking off this city so he can never get it now. I begin capturing the city with my other infantry, and put my tank in vision just to tell his Recon to back off, basically. And so he breaks the pipe, his tank goes in and shoots at my Recon. That's normal. I actually, instead of capturing this port, I actually continued sending my infantry over here to capture this airport because I realized having a central airport that can reinforce both sides and the center very quickly is probably more important than a little bit extra income here. And I decide to shoot down the artillery and then kill it off with an infantry, just to completely lock him out of that city. As for my recon movement, I think the best move would have just been to sit on this corner. So if he captures with his infantry, I can shoot at it with my recon. And if he uses his tank to shoot at my recon that's in the corner, then his tank will be blocking the infantry, well, blocking the city that his infantry can't capture at that moment because of it. For whatever reason, I moved my recon over here. But looking back now, I think it was better to move my recon up here. But I guess it didn't matter because he got vision on it and destroyed it anyway. And also delayed his property capture by 1 turn. So I suppose it's fine. But the best move would have been to force his tank to block his own infantry, to block his infantry from capturing. He probably could have sent this infantry to sit on the city to get the vision, destroyed my recon, and then began capturing on that same turn. But maybe he just didn't realize it. And he hasn't built any transport copters to capture these properties yet, which I didn't know it at the time, but I did find I do have to question why. So after I capture this airport, I send my transport copter up here to pick up another infantry to start capturing these properties down here. And I start shifting my units a little bit to the right for whatever reason. He gets a nice shot. He kills off one of my infantry. That was a little annoying, but what can you do about it? But using this recon, I was able to see that he's shifting his units to the right, and that's when I knew he plans to focus over here. But I was like, okay, I can also reinforce that right side as well. I got plenty of vehicles. So I move forward. I believe this anti-air came from my left base, so I don't expect them to know that I have an anti-air there. But yeah. Now I have 1 tank, 1 anti-air, and 1 battlecopter, all able to reinforce this tank right here. And he actually went to attack it. So I knock out one of the infantry, knock out the anti-air, the battlecopter, and I decide to pick up this infantry and use the transport copter to bring it over to this pipe where this pipe seam is about to break. So I'll just drop an infantry off right here and get ready to capture. And I just move in. I have an artillery here for defensive purposes. And I got a second battlecopter. Now I was like, okay, his recon can't see everything. But then his infantry moved onto the mountains and spotted my entire army. So that was like, oops. Didn't didn't realize. I probably should have seen it coming. He knocked out my anti-air, but like I'm still feeling confidence after all. Uh, I am. I do have a lot of units nearby, and I think I'm up in the. No, I'm not. I'm not up in the KD, but I am the one defending, so yeah. I also got a very high luck roll. I think this is almost a maximum luck roll to do 8 units of damage instead of 7. Oh, if in case you didn't, the replay doesn't show it, but I sent my battle copters to destroy the pipe, and then I sent the tank down to attack the Recon. Alright, he shoots my battlecopter and gets my artillery. On the left side, he picks off some more infantry, but I'm picking off his infantry as well so that he can't capture anything. After all, these units are only as useful as they are if they are able to support a capture, which if I kill off his infantry there, they can't support anything. And lightning strike is getting close. I kind of hoped that he would lightning strike first, so that and like let him overextend, and then I should lightning strike him back when he's next to my base. So that was my plan right now. I kill off his last infantry here so that he can't capture anything. And I leave. I was thinking I wanted him to lightning strike first, so I let him know that I moved my artillery here. Well, not my artillery, my tank here, but he also knows my artillery. And I keep the rest of my units in the back, like just hidden. In eagle against eagle, usually whoever lightning strikes first wins. But I think I wanted to absorb his first lightning strike, then get one back against him. So here it comes. He attacks, destroys my front line, continues picking off my infantry, and he's very close to his lightning strike. He sends his battlecopter to attack my tank here. I get a very low roll and don't do any damage, so he's just 100 away from a lightning strike, and I'm thinking, did my extremely low luck just made him 100 away from a lightning strike? Because if that was the case, that would have been the funniest thing ever. So I messaged him and I was like, did my bad luck just deny you the lightning strike? But like, fortunately, he had one infantry to throw against my tank just to get that last extra bit of charge. But like, imagine if he just got denied a lightning strike because I rolled like a minimum roll against that battlecopter. That would have been hilarious. So here comes the lightning strike. All his units get to move again. Well, his non-infantry gets to move again. He's used his damaged units to get some vision. He kills my tank here. He gets a shot on this tank. He gets a shot on another tank. So I actually took more damage than I predicted, like than I expected to take. But now I have my lightning strike, and he's one turn away from my base. So I think, okay, first things first, use Recon, get vision. Take the easy shots first. And okay, anti-air. Of course I'm going to shoot a battlecopter. Use my artillery to shoot at this tank, then my battlecopter and my tank. I think that extra artillery shock is what allowed me to secure the kill here. And I move my Recon, get some more vision. And I'm contemplating what I should do with this artillery. I decided to shoot at the anti-air. Maybe I can win the air war and destroy his air units, destroy his anti-air. Then my battlecopters are uncontested. So that was what I was thinking. And then I realized, wait, I had a black boat. I could have healed up my artillery before shooting. Oh well, lightning strike of my own. Heal up the artillery, get another shot on that anti-air. Last turn, I didn't mention it, but last turn I moved my transport copter up here to get vision on this forest. So now I move my other anti-air, destroy that battlecopter, destroy his other battlecopter, Recon. Because I rolled a low roll, this battlecopter is probably at 1.1 or 1.2 HP, which means my Recon is guaranteed to kill it, if I remember the number correctly. I get a shot on his tank. I finish off his tank. This is the only thing that the vehicle can shoot, so I might as well get it. I kill off his Recon with my Recon, and then I start shooting at his infantry for revenge at shooting at my infantry. His focus was on the right side, so I would assume he doesn't have anything on the left side. Then I knock out his Recon because I want to deny him vision. And to make sure his anti-air can't reach my battlecopter, I use my transfer copter to block the path. So, making every use of my units. But I looked at the KD, we were about the same, and I thought because his lightning strike was first, he's going to get another lightning strike first as well. So I'm probably losing. So I offered a draw, of which he accepted. And then I looked at the map, and I realized, oh, he was not winning. He still hasn't captured any of these 3 properties. So I'm about to capture these 3 properties of my own over here. That would put me ahead in income. And not only that, he's overextended right now, so he has to pull back. And if he doesn't pull back, then I would just keep getting like first strikes because I'm 1 turn away from my base almost. And he doesn't exactly have the response to 3 of my battlecopters. He has 1 anti-air and 1 battlecopter left, of which I have 2 anti-airs, which can quickly knock out that battlecopter. My battlecopter is safe behind my wall of units, so he can't exactly break through them. So I believe, looking at this position, I am winning. I could probably win a little further. Like, I could probably win, like, give myself a bigger advantage and pull the same thing again, where I bait a lightning strike, I put just enough units in the front to encourage him to attack me, but then actually have the main force all the way at the back. And if he just attacks my front force and pulls away, then that does mean I will have my lightning strike ready, and he won't. And that I could just sit and wait, and wait, and wait turn after turn building up an army. He wouldn't dare attack me while I have my lightning strike, and he doesn't. And I would just keep waiting. Maybe he might do a little bit of trade to build some charge and threaten a lightning strike back. But if at any moment he overextends, I would just lightning strike, and at least that's what I think. That's what I predict would happen. That's what I think. That's what I would do if I were to continue playing this. I do believe I have the advantage simply because he's overextended, and I will have more income over the long run. So I do believe I have the advantage here, but I guess due to the nature of fog, I didn't think I was winning, and I just offered a draw. But that was this game. It was a fun game. He's like 1300 and I'm still in 1200, so even if it's a draw, I feel like it's a win in my book. And yeah.